Good morning, everyone, and welcome to new chapter Environmental Science, and it's going to be about the environmental hazards and toxicology. It's so interesting, this topic. You are going to find it so easy. We will not take all the chapter. We're going only to take the first two sections, 11.1 and 11.2, and we are going to continue this in the next quarter. So regarding quarter one, we're going to take the first two sections only. Okay, so environmental hazards and toxicology. What's the meaning of the word hazard? The word hazard is a waste. It's the waste. And toxicology also means the toxic waste. Okay, so we are going to talk about the waste and the different types of waste that we may find around us in the environment and how we're going to manage this waste. It's called waste management. We have to manage it in a good way, because if we don't manage it in a good way, it can cause environmental pollution that can harm our life and also can harm the wildlife for animals and also for the humans, okay? So we have to do a correct waste management to avoid all the hazards and all the hassle that may comes out of this toxic and harmful waste. Okay, so we should dispose this waste in an appropriate way because it may cause environmental pollution. Actually, we have four types of waste. Municipal solid waste, that is waste from the household, and industrial solid waste, okay? It's a waste from the industry, and hazardous waste. These are the waste that require specific disposal due to toxicity. Yes, it's very hard and it's very harmful and it can cause cancer. And the final one is wastewater that comes out of cleaning, shower, toilets, and even for industries. So again, we are having four types of waste: municipal solid waste, industrial solid waste, and hazardous waste, and the water waste finally. We're going to manage this waste in 4 ways. There are 4 components to manage this waste. The first one is minimizing the waste from the beginning, from the scratch. You have to minimize the waste that you generate. The most important way to reduce this is not to generate waste in the first place. Like, how to do this? Avoid the cost of disposal and recycle. Help conserve resources, minimizing pollution, and save the business money. Okay, what's this and what's that words? The first thing is to minimize the waste. How I'm going to minimize the waste from the beginning? Like, we can use disposable bottles rather than we can use reusable water bottles rather than the disposable one. And also we can use the type of bottles that can dissolve after a long period of time. We can use reusable clothes shopping bag rather than the plastic bag, which means we can decrease the hassle from the beginning. We cannot make use of many disposable bottles and bags, and we can use the reusable one instead from the beginning. This is how we are going to minimize the waste. The second type of management is composting waste. What's composting waste? Composting is conversion. It's the conversion of the organic waste into humus or fertilizer. Fertilizer means, do you know the fertilizer? That's we are going to give the soil fertilizers to help it in fertilization, or it's going to help it in the plant growth and so on. Okay. So composting waste is conversion of this organic waste into fertilizer or humus, something that is going to help in plants or plant growth. Okay. The third step is called recovering and recycling the waste materials. All things, the papers, the plastics, the glass, the metals, they are materials that can be recycled. So when we recycle them, we are controlling the waste. Okay? There are 3 chasing arrows in recycling samples in 3 steps. We first are collecting the recyclable product, use the recycled materials to manufacture new product. 3, consumer purchase of the recycled material. This is how we're going to make a new product from an existing waste one. Okay, and for the one that cannot be recycled or composted, the waste can be disposed of in landfills or incinerators, okay? Okay, what's incineration? Incineration is burning waste. When we burn waste, we are destroying about 80% of the waste. Okay? So till now we talked about what are the types of wastes we have. We actually have 4 types of wastes: solid waste that can come out of the house, solid waste that can come out of the industry, hazardous waste, and water waste. And for the management, we have 4 types: minimizing the waste through using recyclable and reusable products instead of disposable one. Number 2 is to composting waste, which is converting the organic waste into fertilizer or humus that's going to help in a natural biological process in the soil. And number 3 is recovering and recycling the waste material, which is converting the waste material into reusable and recyclable new product. The last thing is what? Is burning them. It's burning them, which is incineration. Okay? Thank you so much for watching and hope you enjoyed the session.